Bengals first round pick Shemar Stewart didn't participate in rookie minicamp and remains unsigned. It sounds like the Bengals tried to make a play to sign him. So why is he unsigned? Will he participate this week? The latest on Shemar Stewart. You'll hear from the first rounder and my thoughts on him and Demetrius Knight Jr. right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Shemar Stewart remains unsigned as of Monday morning. Shemar Stewart is a key piece, I would say, of the Bengals defense and should start potentially right away, but certainly should make an impact as a rookie regardless. And so when he wasn't out there for rookie minicamp last week, and it's a 1 day, 1 hour session, and it's such a cut and dry time that I was like, it's not a huge deal. Didn't do a stand-up afterwards discussing anything like that from Paycor Stadium, even though we did have video of Shemar Stewart and Taj Brooks. And also we had Barrett Carter as well. I was thinking of the rookies that I was able to talk to after rookie minicamp. But what was interesting is Shemar Stewart and Demetrius Knight Jr. didn't participate. And Shemar Stewart is certainly someone, like I said, the Bengals are banking on. And he said, well, let's get to what he said in just a second. Before we do that, though, what Mike Florio had to say. Why is he unsigned? Well, Mike Florio said, quote, per a source with knowledge of the situation, the Bengals tried to get Stewart signed before rookie minicamp, he's implying. And this is what Florio wrote, by the way, for Pro Football Talk. As we understand it, the talks bogged down regarding the percentage of compensation in future years to be paid as a training camp roster bonus. Training camp roster bonus has become a device for putting a sizable chunk of the player's pay in his pockets for future years, early in season. In this case, the numbers offered by the Bengals reflected a lower percentage than the 17th overall pick received in 2024. Okay, so there's a lot of things here. And I think first things first, you're going to see that. You're going to say, man, cheap Bengals. Okay, fine. If you want to do that, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to debate you. But I do think that there's some context needed. One, the 17th overall pick last year was Dallas Turner. He didn't sign with the Minnesota Vikings until July 21st. Amarius Mims, Bengals first round pick, who was the 18th overall selection, signed 1 day later, July 21st, July 22nd. Why is that important? It's May 12th. And I think that's the interesting part of this is I wasn't worried last year during rookie minicamp if Amarius Mims was signed. I wasn't thinking about that. It really wasn't on my radar. It didn't matter. And the reason it's on the radar now is because the Bengals' top 2 draft picks are unsigned. That's why. And not just that they're unsigned, but they're unsigned and not participating because they're unsigned. That's the bottom line here. It isn't weird to see first round picks not signed by May 12th. That isn't an outlier. That's not unique. Right now, across the league as I record this, and it's Monday morning, so it could change. But as of now, only 11 first round picks have signed. Last I checked, there were 32 first round picks in the 2025 NFL draft. So far less than half have signed their contracts. It is part of the process. It takes time, and it took time last year. And it doesn't mean that there's a lot of things to negotiate, but there are little things that, and especially when you talk about the slots and where they're at. And that's why Amarius Mims last year, his deal got done 1 day after Dallas Turner, because Dallas Turner's pick 17th. The moment that deal gets done, kind of sets the table for pick 18. So there are a lot of little things like that. And I think there's a bigger question. Before we get to the bigger question, let's hear from Shemar Stewart and what he had to say. This entire video we posted on Friday, but here's a clip in case you missed it.
I just decided not to sign those papers.
Do you anticipate signing your contract before Monday to join the team, or you're not sure when that's going to come together?
I would hope so. I mean, I would love to be part of the team. I'd be on the sideline just looking at everybody else do work.
I was going to say, how tough is that for you?
Yeah, especially on the first day, it was kind of tough on me.
Are you part of the ratings? Are you doing other things as part of this?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing everything else. I'm just like on the field stuff. I'm not doing it.
All right, so why is that important? Why is it important to say, all right, well, context is needed here. This is what Shemar Stewart was thinking. He hopes to be a part of the team. Well, the important thing I'm looking for is, all right, well, is Shemar going to be on the on the field and participating this week. Bengals veterans are back. The rookies obviously joining them. Why the Bengals have a short rookie minicamp where it's just 1 day is because they want to get those guys in with the veterans right away. Get them in town, acclimated here in the playbook. Boom, Monday hits, veterans time. Monday's practice isn't open to the media. Tuesday's practice is. Regardless, though, will Shemar Stewart and Demetrius Knight Jr. be on the field? Both guys could realistically start as rookies. And rookie minicamp, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it really matters much. I think everyone watching this or listening to this could have made it through rookie minicamp. There's not much to it. It's 1 hour. Shemar Stewart was taking place in all the other meetings and everything like you said or like he said. And same thing with Demetrius Knight Jr. So I don't think they're behind the 8 ball right now. But if they're not going to participate in the offseason program because they're unsigned, and they're not going to go through these workouts with Joe Burrow on the field and all of these veterans, all these key pieces, then it becomes more of a thing. And so the questions I have are, one, are the Bengals willing to bump up whatever number is causing this and getting in the way of this, especially for Shemar Stewart to get bogged down? Because again, that's what Mike Florio said. The talks bogged down regarding the percentage of compensation in future years to be paid as a training camp roster bonus. And so that part of it, in this case, the numbers offered by the Bengals reflected a lower percentage than the 17th overall pick received in 2024. Okay, well, how big of a difference is that? Can they figure out that gap between both sides? Why do the Bengals feel the way they do versus the way because maybe there's more to it there. Right. But we're talking about it's not like we're talking about a significant part of the contract. It's about some of the fine print. And so how long will it take them to get that together? Will Shemar continue to sit out? Will Shemar sit out and be at the facility, but not do anything else? That's what I wonder. Because if he's not going to do anything else, well, then that's the big difference between Amarius Mims last year and Shemar Stewart this year. Whether or not the contract is done, the contract for Amarius wasn't done until July 22nd. Wasn't really an issue. He was participating. We weren't talking about him not participating in the offseason program. That wasn't a topic. Rookie minicamp. I went back and looked to make sure. We had highlights of Amarius Mims working, Matt Lee working with offensive line coach at the time, Frank Pollock. We didn't get that with Shemar Stewart and Demetrius Knight Jr. And so first things first, how far are they willing to take this? And if they are willing to sit out today, tomorrow it will be the first time that media is there for both veterans and rookies. And so if they are willing to stand to the side again in front of all the veterans, then it's going to become a story, because then it's going to become, all right, well, it's important to get them on the field. Can you bridge the gap? Can you get this done? And we'll see if they get it done. I wonder if the rookies look at the veterans and say, I can't practice today. Like, that takes, there's something there, man. It just is. Now, the veterans may understand it, maybe a business, all of those things, but I do think that it's going to be interesting to monitor that. We might not have an answer today. Depends on what we see basically from Bengals Social. It's going to be a closed session. But Tuesday, we will be on the practice field, be able to check it out, be able to see what happens, what doesn't, and hopefully get some answers for you. Who knows? Maybe they get signed by the time you see this video. If that happens, well, then, of course, they're going to be out there. But it is interesting, nevertheless. Am I panicking? No, I think it's okay. I don't think that this is a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but it becomes much more of a topic if Shemar and Demetrius are willing to just stand to the side. That's when it becomes a real topic. That's when the urgency has to heighten. And if you're their side, you'd say, oh, well, that's how you get leverage. We'll see if they go that route. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell on YouTube, follow wherever you get your podcasts. And for Andrew Foxmiller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Cincinnati Bengals Talk.